What's up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to the Nana manga, this time with volume 20, chapter 77. As usual, just going to recap the last chapter. I don't remember too much about it, to be honest with you, actually. We had the Yuri segment with her discussing with Nobu that she decided to go and make another contract after getting confronted by Miyu. Which again, I think both actually brought up some good points here when they were kind of arguing with each other. Although I'm not sure I'd say arguing. Like I said, they're actually kind of looking out for their best intentions, especially Miyu. We did learn a few things about Miyu here as well, of course. And looks like she might be getting down with for the first time with Yasu soon. Who knows? Again, she shouldn't hasten herself up just because someone else thinks something about her. But yeah, that was interesting. That took up most of the reaction, I believe. Last time, I can't exactly remember what happened at the end here. Oh yeah, we had Shin text Reira at the end of the episode, didn't we? Takumi coming home and saying nothing. And Komatsu unfortunately cancelling plans with Nana because Takumi's predicament here as well, which is kind of sad. But yeah, this part stood out to me. Everyone's got something that's more important than me. Just sad, isn't it? Well, there's one guy that doesn't, isn't there? There is one man that doesn't. Yeah, as I said, we did get this text about fucking Junichiro. And yeah, that was it. Again, it felt quite short. Like I said, I didn't really not too much to remember, just because again most of it was made up of the Yuri Nobu stuff. I have been looking at the wrong version for the coloured artwork, so I will actually do that today. I'll read this in a minute, but yeah, and there's not too much in terms of the coloured artwork today. It's just this beautiful view right here, but that's pretty much it. And probably Nana Osaki right there. But yeah, I'll try and get this version up every week just so I can look at that. But yeah, do let me know what you guys think about this chapter we'll be covering today in the comment section if it loads. Leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. And I think this is the last chapter, right? Yeah, this is the last chapter, so they'll probably have some end stuff at today's reaction as well. So look forward to that. I always do quite like the end stuff. Usually I always skip that kind of stuff, but I really actually quite like seeing the author's thoughts in this book. Okay, from Reira. I think Ren understands, but I'm not doing this just for him. I'm at my mum's place, so you don't have to worry. Take care. That's the thing. Inadvertently, this kind of helps Ren take a bit of a break as well, doesn't it? Ren's got something more important than me. Has he? I'd disagree with that. Pretty big time. Hachi's got someone more precious than me. I'd also maybe say that's quite debatable. It shouldn't be, in terms of like your husband and your family should be number one, but I kind of hope it's debatable. Maybe more so. And I have a dream that I can't give up. So why can't I just accept that? I think we've all felt it again a little bit like that before. You're not the number one in anyone's life. No one cares about you as much as to stop everything, and yeah, whereas you do that for other people. Yeah. Oh, here we go. How's that Nana's mum? I think that's Osaki's mum. Misuzu Uehara? I'm Karata from Search Weekly. Hey, wait a second. What's a good looking guy doing in a job like this? In the scumbag industry. Then again, what character in the series isn't good looking in some way? Oh, sorry guys. What about your daughter? She's been missing for 4 days. Sorry guys. Her name's Misato. When she feels trapped, she runs away, just like her mother. And it's so disgusting, even if you think that's true. Like, I hate people that, like, because again, I used to be this way. I just said anything that came to mind, said anything I thought about someone. If I called them an idiot or someone's like horrible, I would just say it. But now it's just like, I hate when people just like, you haven't got nothing nice to say, just don't say anything. Like, why would you say this to someone? I don't know. I mean, he's obviously trying to provoke a reaction and get something out of her here. Like, yeah, it's for the job, but I could never take a job that's doing something like this. Never. What did you do to me, Sato? Sorry, that's horrible. What did you do to me, Sato? Nothing. I just showed her some photos to prove her mother's alive and well. Go on, Miss Nana. Miss Nana. I don't know why she got so sad. Her mother's out there somewhere. Maybe she's sad that her mum won't come get her. Yeah, I can understand why she would cry here. This probably feels a lot like what it felt like when she gave up Osaki. But don't worry. If you talk to me, I'll tell you where she is. Like, how can you do this to a crying mother? Ridiculous. It's for money. It's for a bit of money. A creation made up from humans. But yeah, I don't know. Did you kidnap her? He's not that bad a guy. Although, again, if you see the movie Night Stalker, you could probably understand that maybe perhaps you might kidnap someone if it means they got a good story. Did you kidnap her? Why would you say something horrible like that? The irony there is quite ridiculous. She was acting weird, so I just got worried and followed her. Don't say just. You conniving little bastard. Yes, he is. I hope she slaps him. Deserves it at least for all he's done. I just want you to know. I just want to know why you abandoned Nana and why things blew up like this. If you don't do anything, who knows what will happen to Misato? And like, again, how does this involve you in any way other than the fact that you try to profit off this? Right now, she just dyes her hair. But she was picked up by some shady lady in the party part of Tokyo. And it's all downward spiral from there. It's all a downward spiral from there, sorry. I don't have any of the kind of dirt you're trying to dig up. She kind of does, though, right? I mean, he's the only person that knows the kind of dirt that he's looking for. Why? I think we all want to know why. We wouldn't go this far to get the answer, but I'd like to know. Why did she abandon Nana in the first place? Again, you've got to imagine there's good reason to it because she seemed like a good mother to Misato, but she's also kind of dropped Misato now as well. So it's like maybe that's just a part of who she is. She just a bit like me. I drop things quite easily and quickly. People as well, which yeah, it's actually I'd say a negative part. So it's a positive in some aspects, but a negative in many others. Maybe I'm too easy to drop friends and such. But you wouldn't put your daughter up for adoption for no reason. There's got to be something. Maybe you were stuck living with an abusive boyfriend, so you sent Nana to live with Miyuki where she'd be safe. I can see that. That's not it. I didn't do it for Nana. I just couldn't sacrifice myself for my daughter. I can understand that train of thought. I think especially when you're really young, maybe like 18, 19, 20, you'd think if I had a baby, that would ruin the rest of your life. I think it's funny, isn't it? People see that as that would ruin the rest of my life. I'd have no future in the job I'd want to go in. And then most people see it as it's an absolute blessing, a miracle of life. It's funny, the duality, isn't it? And that same person that maybe thought that maybe in 10 years would see it like it'd be a miracle. Yeah, I can totally understand that, especially if it is in like the entertainment industry and such, because then you're on tour a lot, and then you've got a baby to look after. You won't actually be looking after a baby. It reminds me of like Eminem, listening to like his songs when he had his daughter. How he was like, you could hear it come out from the guy. That's why I love a lot of rap from like the 2000s. You can really hear like life stories and such, and the emotion nowadays is just like pure trash. So yeah, I haven't listened to it in years. There's probably some good stuff out there, but yeah, I love the kind of storylines and actual human kind of stories. And yeah, he was yeah, away from his daughter a lot, which displayed pretty well over the over his songs. But yeah, like I said, if you want to be in like the entertainment industry, this is a massive deterring factor for that. We're not sure she wanted to be in the entertainment industry or anything, but if she want like whatever she wanted to do, don't really know what it is she wanted to do, but it's an understandable reason. It's not a reason I agree with, but yeah. And again, especially because also the opposite of this would be very true for many parents as well. I think majority of parents would sacrifice themselves for their children. I chose to live with that man who hated children instead of being with Nana. I gave her up for a man like that. Oh, okay, so she didn't want to sacrifice her relationship for her daughter. That must be a really tough spot to be put in. That's it. You done enough karate, bro. You made what? Hachi and Nana's mum both cry in what the space of like a month. I wonder how many women this guy's made cry like this. Again, like, can we not call the cops and get this guy arrested for fucking harassment? I'd be doing if I was these women. Yeah, I think I brought this up before, but is there something you can use legally against paparazzi? Like a paparazzi got some kind of special pass or something that allows them to harass people? Like, surely, like you should uphold them to the same laws of normal people, right? Because in essence, what they're doing is stalking. I find it kind of weird that they get like some kind of pass just because it's their job. the thing as well, because like real journalism and such is actually really interesting. But then there's like this kind of like drama alert, kind of like look for the hottest bit of chaos right now and sell it. Like disgusting. Patchy didn't come, and I got totally depressed. But my schedule's so packed, I just have to focus on that. And with that schedule supporting me, my dreams are the only thing that will save me. Hello, Search Weekly. Hi, Mr. Kudo. Some info just came in this morning. Rayra from Trapnest collapsed from exhaustion today and cleared her schedule. Exhaustion? Sounds like an excuse. Maybe she got knocked up. What if it's Ren's child? That's a good one. We'll be back on top. Start getting that story together. Based off what? You created this story about fucking Rayra having a child from Ren based off the fact that Rayra's not currently working. Like, fucking hell, bro. These guys' imaginations. Will do. We were at Ren's apartment with Miyake, and as soon as he came home, he left his car, so we're tailing him. He left in his car, so we're tailing him. I'll call you later. Again, is this not stalking? Is this not illegal? It was raining the second time I went to Osaka too. Drizzle. Takahiro. This Osaki's sister's brother. I need to think of a better term for that. When are you going to get up? It's already afternoon. Come on, I worked all night. You're heavy. And I imagine this is his girlfriend. Your cell phone was ringing in your bag. I want to know who called. Answer it. Is it Misato? Why didn't you wake me up? I did. I mean, when it was still ringing. Look at your call history. Mum. Got a very beautiful girlfriend he's got here. I like her style. It's yeah, quite a classical, maybe Dolly Parton type look. I like it. Kyoko. Oh. Takahiro. I'm really sorry. It's alright. Where are you? Come home. Dad's worried too. He was in shock, but he's not mad at you. So I imagine, again, I don't really, like, I imagine all you guys know exactly what's going on with this, but I don't really know who the guy is that didn't like kids. But like, even though I don't know him, I imagine it's maybe not the fact that he doesn't like kids. Maybe he just didn't like the fact that he'd be looking after another man's kids. And I think that's more understandable. But he's pretty popular with the ladies. So come back before he hooks up with one. Who knows if he already has. I know where Misato is. What? How'd you find her? And how'd you know she ran away from home? Please just go get her quick. Of course I'll go, but... Mum, you have to come back quick too. I can't come back. And again, let's remind ourselves how all this came to happen. Fucking paparazzi. The rat bag paparazzi destroying this family. Don't get me wrong. All they're doing is looking for the truth, but revealing that to like the public and bringing it back up and stuff. And sometimes it's better off not knowing the truth. Don't get me wrong. I'm currently watching Orb, which is a show kind of covering the basis of like humans trying to figure out the truth, and it's a masterpiece of a show. Definitely check out if you guys are interested in kind of psychological. What's the word for it? Psychological is not the right word. Philosophical kind of shows. Like pretty much every anime's got a philosophical kind of point. Yeah, and that show they like it. The message is like humans will always look for the truth. They will always try and find out the truth, the science of how things work and such. And that's just yeah. I mean that I believe in that for sure. But I also do think some lies are good and some lies are for the better of people. And this is definitely one of those cases where their family was doing fine and well before, and now that the truths came out and it was revealed to the whole world, their family is just yeah, they are seeing the repercussions of that. No, it's not fair whatsoever. Alright then. Mum, you go get me Sato. I can't do that. And I can't either. If you come home safely with Misato, I'll forgive everything. I'm not doing it. You don't care what happens to Misato? Just go get her quick and come home. I don't have anywhere to go home to. But if I worked hard and get the band going again, I can proudly go home to where everyone is at any time. Hmm. Interesting, that, isn't it? It does seem like there are some parallels between, which is funny, parallels between Osaki's mum and her in this specific situation. I think this is Osaki talking right now. I could be wrong. I don't have anywhere to go home to, but if I work hard and get the band going again, I can proudly go home to where everyone is any time. But what can I do to go back to Ren's place? Okay, yeah, so that obviously was Osaki. I'm totally scared of seeing Ren. Takahiro, you're really cool. I think I'm falling in love with you. You're already his girlfriend. You're falling in love with me now? How'd you feel? How'd you feel about me before? Yeah, you're just some dude. Just some dude to pass the time with. Even if you went to get her, Misato just run away again. So it's just as well. What the hell? Are you really in love with me? Well, so now what? You're so dense. My big brother's getting married. I hope he's not. She didn't even love him before now. Dad's opening a new restaurant. Mum's gone, so he wants Kyoko to be there. I don't want to live in a house like that. You think she's taking your mum's place? You're not into that? No, that's definitely not what's happening, right? That too. But I don't want her taking my brother away from me. So there's another reason why you ran away from home. I thought you'd go to a relative or a friend's place if it was just the paparazzi harassing you. Everyone has more than one thing bothering them. Everyone's got something. Exactly. As much as you see people who, again, on like Instagram and such, they've got their whole life figured out and put together and such. Again, you saw it recently with the One Direction star Liam Payne. Again, rest in peace to him. I've never been a massive fan like One Direction or anything, but obviously they were absolutely massive, especially when I was growing up. But yeah, you think these celebrities got everything put together, loads of money, wife, children, but you never really know what's going on with someone. And like she says, everyone's got something perhaps eating away at them, having to deal with. Well, so that's why I say never say anything, because you never know what someone's going through. You never, like these paparazzi, they even know what they're going through, and they're still going at it. But even if they didn't, it's like they could be going through any amount of like grief or anything right now, and you're not helping whatsoever. It doesn't cost anything to look out for other people. But there's something wrong with me. What do you mean? I know it's wrong. We're going there. Is this not just like a proper kid thing? I know it's wrong, but I'm in love with my brother. She actually, I don't think she's actually in love with her brother. Like I said, I think that's just like something that a younger sibling might have for their older sibling. I don't know. I'm a younger sibling, so I've definitely never felt like this. But I think you see that quite a lot in Asian countries. Stuff like this. It reminds me of that horrible video I watched of that American family. I think they had like a few generations of like inbreeding, and they were just fucked. I mean, they are people, but it's just like they're so far away from a normal person. It was crazy. I don't know. I don't want to remember it. It also takes me back to when I binge watched all the Wrong Turn movies, which were just fucking tragic and disgusting. I'm sure it's not like that. Besides, there could be no one you love in your life. So consider yourself lucky. Embrace it. But it's hard to love him when I know he doesn't feel the same way. Then why don't you help the situation out a little? Don't do stuff that freaks him out, like what you're doing now. Do something that makes him happy. Having someone you love say thank you is more rewarding than just having them say I love you. I can get down with that, yeah. A sincere thank you sometimes is more powerful. If you can't stop feeling guilty about Nana, support Nana's dreams and wish her success. Are you saying that because you're in love with someone who doesn't love you back? Oh, interesting. Maybe she's got such good advice with this, and she has got some fantastic advice. To be honest, I agree with almost everything. I forget her name now. It's not going to come to me. But yeah, I agree with pretty much everything she said so far. But yeah, interesting. I think that's a big possibility, considering how long she's kind of been loyal to Yasu in a sense. That must be painful as hell, though. Her situation, if that is the case. Everyone says you're Yasu's girl, but not his girlfriend. Well, yeah. But I don't want to be Yasu's girlfriend. I refuse to be his girlfriend, so it's alright. What? Why don't you want to be his girlfriend? You refuse? Everyone asks me that. But why would you want to be someone's girlfriend? What? But if you love someone, you want them all to yourself. But there's no way you can have anyone all to yourself. It's impossible. Especially someone like Yasu. Philanthropist. Yeah, that guy's always looking after it. I think they should actually say psychiatrist. That guy's always looking after everyone and everything. So yeah, that makes total sense. And again, we're kind of, funny enough, seeing that a little bit again with Nana Osaki right now. It's not exactly the same. She's not trying to have everyone all to herself, but she almost kind of is, especially with Komatsu. That is very much true there for sure. I don't want to be his ball and chain. I'll just be a burden on him and end up ruining everything. Like Matt, like you've got to be some kind of geezer to deny this woman, because she might be the most beautiful woman in the show, honestly. She's a nice person as well. Like I said, she gave some really nice advice. But yeah, she's gorgeous. Yeah, you've got to be some kind of absolute giga chad like Yasu to not pursue her. I want you to sacrifice everything to love me. That's the thing I see with women like this, though. As a guy, I would this would be I have to talk about this, because I probably, like, I obviously would have a relationship as such, but I think it would be much more likely I was to have like a one night stand or just like a short time relationship with a woman like this than a girl like Mew. Very much would be a kind of longer term relationship prospect to me. As much as I find this girl more attractive and such, it's just I don't know, it just is that way. And guys have a good kind of radar with stuff like that, I think. Like wife material woman, and then woman that, yeah. But again, the look we got into her today seems like pretty good wife material as well. But I'm just talking about like in the real world, if you were to equate this situation. I think it's quite rare you actually find women this beautiful that are also just as lovely. Very rare. It seems to get rarer and rarer as time goes on, actually. I want you to sacrifice everything to love me. When I die, I want you to die with me. Oh dear. This is real fucking... I want you to sacrifice everything to love me. This is like, yeah, it's almost toxic kind of love at this point, if you get to this point, right? When I die, I want you to die with me. My desire spirals out of control when I get worked up. I'm afraid I'll end up completely consuming Ren. That is really like, that is really, I struggle to find a word for it, but it is like a void. I don't know, it's hard to find the words for it, but yeah, desperation. And I'm scared. They do it. I can hear it raining outside. You're awake? I was asleep, then awake, then nodded off again. And it's too late to get embarrassed now. You were in my dream, so I didn't know the difference between dream and reality. You can go do your thing. What? I'm happier than I deserve to be. So let's leave it like this. And why do you not deserve to be? I'm fine. Even if I go, nothing will change. Besides, you're a bigger issue. I don't want to get involved and make things more complicated, so I'll let Shion deal with it. That's the one, she. But I'm sorry for telling you not to go. I suck. Ew. I'd rather you try to stop me. Yeah, I think that gives a pretty good, yeah. Good that she tries. It's good that she gets a little bit angry and pissed off like that. Yeah, that's a good sign. Much as you might see it as a negative. What can I do for Ren now? And as much as we haven't seen Osaki once in this chapter yet, this chapter is almost like a big focus on Osaki, isn't it? And almost every one of these situations we see her questioning does actually kind of again relate in some case to Nana, which I think is really awesome. Sorry guys, I pressed play there. I can't even be with him. Hold him. Ren? Stop barking. Naoki told me everything. So this is the divine message of the demon lord that talked Takumi down? So this is the divine message of the demon lord that Takumi talked about? The divine message of the demon lord? Are you alright? I like this shot. Little hatchy on the bonnet. Or the hood, I don't know. I think it's the hood. I'm not really a car person. Are you alright? And you're the sober one. Nana doesn't know, does she? If she knew, she'd be there. If it's too hard for you to tell her, I'll tell her. No, let me tell her myself. So she can kick my ass and make me quit this crap. Sorry. Can you email me her hotel info? What? You're going to Osaka? It's a long trip. Will you be alright? I'll be fine. It's not that broken. I'm not that broken. I sound normal, right? More normal than you. Yeah. The name for Sachi isn't just good. It's perfect. Thank you so much. I'm really happy. I'm glad you're going. I can't leave Takumi alone at a time like this. When he came home, he looked like he was going to cry. He's in bed and won't even talk to me. Naoki said he understands that he feels betrayed. Sorry, I worded that wrong. Naoki said that he understands that he feels betrayed. But, oh, it's amazing how much a pause can change a sentence, isn't it? But, oh, really? Of course. Damn. What? So I bet Nana's really depressed right now. Yeah, I feel bad. But if you're going, she'll be alright. Go see her tonight and be the first one to tell her happy birthday. But before that, I have to go put our diva back in the castle. Huh. So he's going to see Reira first? I have to look out for trap vest, you know? You know where Reira is? I got her to tell me by pretending I understood her decision. I would have been able to take a break next week. She didn't need to do this. Again, she's not just doing it for Ren, she kind of needs this as well. Our people don't know what to do. They're crying. I'll get her back by the morning. Thank you, Ren. I was talking to Naoki about what's going on, what's going to happen now, and I was really worried. I always do that when there's a word that starts with W afterwards. Really worried. And maybe I can go to Osaka tomorrow. Let's go together. Yeah. Don't push yourself. Don't worry. I can't die until I see Satsuki born. Man, there's been so many fucking little fucking hints. Like stuff like this. It's like, you know, when people say stuff like this, nothing's good gonna come of it. And the fact that he's also got like so much to deal with right now is like he's got to deal with himself and his problems. Now he's also having to look for Reira, her problems, and then Osaki and her problems. It's like, fucking hell, there's a lot on this guy's plate right now. Like, he should really just be like kind of looking after himself, thinking about himself right now. Yeah, he's got to deal with all this. So, oh yeah. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I don't think it's safe for him to be sorting all this out, to be honest with you. But yeah, that right there is just like, I can't remember what the word for it is, but that is so on the nose. And as I said, there's been plenty of little things building up like this. Like, I don't see any way that doesn't happen, to be honest with you. I can only think of one thing, especially when they brought up earlier about the lovers escicide, which is essentially what they said when we heard Nana talking about dying with yeah, not exactly the same, but in a similar kind of fashion, I guess. I can only think of one thing that I can do for Ren. That's also pretty scary. Although, again, we know that she's alive in the future, so. What we can do for love when we've been putting our dreams first. If I remove the chain I wrapped around his neck, will I too be released from this suffering? Again, I love how they've been this all kind of every time she's brought up one of these really interesting points, it's always related quite a bit to the situation we're seeing from other characters and their situationships. Is a good word for it. They're still following him. So I'm going to assume that something goes, like, the paparazzi have done so much horrible shit. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the paparazzi that got Ren killed. Honestly. Why is he driving so fast in this weather? He's insane. Be careful. No way am I going to die with you. And this is not looking good right now. This is not looking good right now. There's been way too many flags. Me neither. Forget this BS. What are you saying? We got this far. We might be hooking up with Reira. He might be hooking up with Reira somewhere. Keep your eyes on the car. What? Reira's out here too? I don't know. The hell? If I wanted to have an abortion, I'd go back to my parents. That pregnancy's all in your head. He's finally noticed. I mean, it's a dead giveaway when you're speeding and the car behind you is also speeding. I don't have anywhere to go home to. I'm really sorry for all the trouble. I think this was a beneficial conversation here, wasn't it? No. Does that her mum come to pick her up? Again, it's kind of hidden, but I assume that's her mum. It might just be a friend. I don't know because they're about the same height. Like I said, it's kind of hidden, so. But someday, I'd like to go back with Ren to that warehouse district. But why are things turning out this way? This next song has been getting massively requested by fans who want the band back. Black Stones. Oh no. Really? Is this gonna happen right now? And yeah, it was the cat I talked about in the intro. Ah, shit. I wonder why he was speeding. Don't get me wrong, I think we've seen him speed and drive fast and such before. That's just like maverick kind of behaviour. But was it the fact that was he also trying to get away from the paparazzi? It looks like he got a bit further away from him here, so I think it was just going faster to get even further away as well, perhaps. Which it would again just put even more blame on these bastards. But unfortunately, yeah, I knew as soon as he saw Osaki the fact that that would just like again they mean so much to each other and they're so possessed by each other. You know he was getting like entranced by that, and he wouldn't be paying attention. Well, like I said, we've had plenty of signals and signs that this would be happening, so it still feels awful, but it does look like Ren. Yeah, okay. Tension. Shit, first one of these we've got, I think. Hey, Ren. You told me. And when you die, you'll take me with you. Ah, dear. Like I said, I feel like it was not safe to entrust Ren to deal with all these other people's problems and go chasing after them when he is. It maybe sounds bad to say this, but he's in the worst position. Like, you can't compare these people's like emotional pain and relationship problems and stuff, but he is. It's not just emotional and psycho in his head; it's physical as well in terms of the drugs and stuff. So he isn't like the way I see it. He isn't the most feeble kind of position. So he's the person that maybe needs to look after most. And yeah. I didn't want to leave. I didn't want you to leave me behind. Damn. Wow. Like I said, this has been building for a few chapters now, hasn't it? And my god, I'm not looking forward to seeing the reactions of the other characters to this. Damn. I mean, it maybe looks survivable. I don't know how fast they were going. Obviously, they're going extremely fast, so I'm assuming he didn't survive. But I've seen car wrecks worse than this with people surviving, so maybe there's some hope. I don't think so though. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. There doesn't actually seem to be anything at the end today, which I think is actually a really nice touch, to be honest with you. I love the touch of this just pitch black page as well here. I think that's lovely. But yeah, we'll read the final note. Again, I'm not massively surprised or anything. Like I said, this is been foreshadowed. It was foreshadowed a lot in today's chapter, but before this, it was foreshadowed quite a bit as well. It's just I'm just thinking about obviously I'm thinking about Ren, but I'm thinking about again how especially Nana Osaki is gonna deal with this. I think we see from the future segments how she's dealt with this, and maybe seems quite similar to how her mum dealt with things. Who knows? Yeah. Hello. Because of the way the story turns out, I thought it would be appropriate to not. It says it would be appropriate to joke around with the bonus pages. I imagine that's a mistranslation and means to not joke around with the bonus pages at the end of the volume. Maybe that could have been a tell as well. I didn't notice that. To be honest with you, I don't spoil myself by looking at the end. So how would I have known that? It would be appropriate to not joke around with bonus pages at the end of the volume. I figured we could do without them sometimes. They're just bonus pages. So I took the plunge and did away with them completely this time. But I'm feeling super anxious because it seems like something's missing. Which is actually quite poetically beautiful, is it not, for this situation? It looks like I can't be a stylish mangaka who can play the game with just the main story. Someone who doesn't need to throw up a smokescreen with the extras. That's not true at all. Seems awfully harsh on herself. In fact, that's not true whatsoever. I mean, I love the extra parts, but if we never had those, the series would be just as good. That's totally not true. Again, I wonder if there's a mistranslation or something in there. Ayazawa is the creator of many popular manga titles, including so on. It was oh, so that's the message from her. That was yeah, that was almost a bit depressing the way she spoke about herself there. Oh, Nana has become the all-time best-selling shoujo title. Deservedly so, although I haven't seen too many shoujo, so. From the Japanese publishing giant Shueisha. And the series even garnered a Shogakukan Manga Award in the Girls category in 2003. 2 live-action Nana movies are now available. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Brilliant. Honestly, this might be one of my favourite chapters in a while, to be honest with you. Again, I love how I really like how they end this. Again, I think even if it wasn't intentional, I don't know. I feel like genius sometimes comes from a subconscious place, so maybe it wasn't at the front of her brain, but I love the way that she ended this. I don't agree with whatsoever what she said at the end here. And again, I love how she actually ended this. But yeah, I loved all the looks into. Again, we hardly saw Osaki at all in this chapter. Yet this whole chapter is about her in a sense, and seeing how all these other people and relationships, their scenarios, all relate a lot to Ren and Osaki's relationship and scenario they've got going on. I thought that was really, really well done. Quite a brutal chapter as well, of course. There were some nice moments in here between Osaki's sister and Shion, Miu and Yasu, but yeah, it was actually quite painful, wasn't it? Especially at the start, seeing Osaki's mum like that, and obviously the end as well, of course. But yeah, do let me know what you guys thought about this chapter down in the comment section. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. Let's hope the next chapter is just as good as this one, because like I said, this is one of my favourites in a while. So I won't spoil myself for the cover or anything just yet. Again, thank you guys very much for watching. Again, let me know what you guys thought in the comments, and have a good rest of your day.